All right, everybody. Thank you all for hopping on our meeting. I won't be before you long, amen. I just want to go over a few things, give you all a chance to ask questions, and then anybody who wasn't able to attend the meeting, can you all please let them know that the recording will be available on our YouTube channel, okay? And I'll send that link to our parent email list once I upload it, which should be tonight, no later than tomorrow morning. That way, if anybody missed and want to know what's going on or what we covered, then they'll be able to do so. So like I said, we have a YouTube channel. We have already started choreography for most of the classes. We started this week, and so we are really hitting the ground running. I wanted us to start a little bit earlier this season because as we get closer to the actual date, there are going to be a few of our rehearsal days where we'll be, I'm trying to get a photographer to come in so we can take class pictures. I think that'll be super cute, and we haven't been able to do that before. So if we finish our choreography early, then we'll have a couple days to play around with that. And that's another reason why the costumes are due so early. I know from our returners, this is earlier than usual, but for the same reason, we just want to make sure we are set for our holiday showcase, especially now that things are starting to open up again. We want to make sure that we get in before venues get booked and we are ready to go for our showcase. It looks like we're going to be at Parma Library. They have a theater inside that seats about 300 to 350 people, depending on how the seating is arranged. And so that roughly estimates to each family being able to purchase 4 tickets to be inside the theater. For those who want to buy more tickets, or for family members who want to support the dancer but don't feel comfortable being in the theater, we will also have a virtual option. I'm working with my videographer now to figure out the best way to do that so that they get, so that the virtual audience gets a very clear picture and it feels as if they're in the space, because they'll be watching it in real time. But for those who don't want to be in the space, there's still an option for them to support their dancer and be able to view the showcase. Okay, so Lisa, your hair is cute, girl. So that's what we have for the showcase. I am waiting to hear back. We put in our request. Since we've done a couple of showcases there before, I'm not anticipating any issue with us being able to use that space. Just waiting to hear back from the venue, and I should know for certain in about a week or so. And as soon as I know for sure, I'll let you all know, and then I'll keep you all updated on showcase tickets and all of that. Everything is going to be online on our website. It just makes it so much easier. So if you have, people in your family, grandma or somebody who don't really want to do the virtual option and going on the website, then y'all can help them, work through those things, because everything is going to be usually done through the website because it's just so much easier to manage that way. Thank you all for those of you who have been submitting payments on time, those of you who have already done costume payments. You are really helping the studio run as smoothly as possible. We're starting to order costumes probably next week. We're finishing up measurements this week. So once we have everybody's measurements in our database, we're going to go ahead and start ordering those costumes. So we're hoping to start getting that first shipment by like the top of October. We're just trying to be, I'm trying to be just more on top of it this year and make sure that we have cushion in case we get something that doesn't fit right. We can send it back and have more than enough time to get the right size or anything like that. So the theme for this showcase is a holiday themed showcase, and it's going to be a Nutcracker remix. So for those of you who are part of the studio in, what was that, December of 2019, we did our first Nutcracker remix, and it went really well. It was well received, and I really liked the way it turned out. So we're going to do that again. Some of the dances we moved around in terms of which characters they'll be portraying. But yeah, like I said, it went really well. And so we're going to do the Nutcracker this year, but it'll be a remixed version, of course, because we have tap and ballet. The Nutcracker traditionally is an all ballet production. So of course we have to remix it because we have to account for jazz and tap and hip hop and all of that. But I'm sure you all are going to love it. It's going to be great. What else? Going down my list of things. So we talked about payment. So with the payment due dates being moved up, just reminder that we have our new policy for tuition payments in particular. If any dancer is not paid by the 15th, they will be disenrolled from classes. I know that sounds like a harsh policy, but it's just so stressful trying to make sure that everything is taken care of in enough time for the showcase. It was causing myself and my staff a lot of extra stress on top of just making sure that the kids are ready and costumes fit and all of that, on top of trying to make sure that we have the money that we need for the costumes to come in and in a decent time so that we're not stressed about shipping, especially because shipping is so slow around the country. It's just better for us if everything is paid in full by the 15th of every month, or we will have to disenroll dancers from classes. Now, of course, if an emergency happens, some major issue that happened with your car or utility or something like that, of course, we understand if emergencies come up, but that should be a one-time thing, and you have to let me know prior to so that it doesn't just look like you didn't pay. So of course, I'm understanding if things come up, just let me know and try to get it in as close as possible after that. But again, it should be a one-time thing. And then for our deadline for costumes, you have a little wiggle room with that because costume fees had a slight increase, and for families that are in multiple classes, that could rack up really fast. So I am aware. And so if you all need time to make partial payments or, put something on it every time you get paid every 2 weeks or something like that, I am fine with that as long as everything is paid in full by October 31st. Because again, we still need to have that cushion time to get all of the costumes in and to order something else in case something goes wrong with the shipment or anything like that. So that October 31st is on a Sunday, and we will have class that day because Sunday is one of our biggest days. We have the most classes that day. And at that point, we would only have like a month before we have to have all of the choreography done and the kids know it for just for cushion time. And so of course that week, if dancers want to wear costumes to class, they're more than welcome to do so, as long as they are still able to move the way that they need to for their classes, especially the bigger girls, so like leaps and doing things across the floor and all of that, and so that their feet are exposed and they are able to wear the proper footwear for class. So they can wear whatever costume they want as long as they can still have their full range of motion and they are able to wear the correct dance shoe for whatever class they are in at that time. And of course, we'll take pictures and put them on Instagram because they're adorable. So that's really the main reason. I just want the kids to wear costumes because I just want to take pictures and be like, oh, look at them, they're so cute. So there's that. Thank you all for bringing your dancers to class and on time. We've been doing really well with that. We're going to get to showcase crunch time way sooner than I think people realize it's going to sneak up on us, and we want to have kids come as often as possible for class so that they know what's going on, so that they're not confused on stage. We've had instances where you can tell that dancers weren't completely sure of what was going on stage, and the tears and all of that, and we just don't want our dancers to have to experience that. We want them to be comfortable and confident in giving their best performance, which means they need to be coming to class as often as possible, every week, unless something comes up. And then as we get closer to those showcase months, we're going to have a hard policy where if there are any absences, your dancers will not be able to participate. We would rather them not participate than to be on stage and run the risk of being embarrassed that they don't know what's going on and it's obvious. So yes, to recap for Halloween, yes, we will have a full day of classes because that's a Sunday, and that's one of our biggest days at the studio. So to cancel classes is not really a good option for us to take. And for the younger dancers, they'll still be able to trick or treat and all of those things because their classes are earlier in the day. And even for the older kids, if they want to, the last class is over at 6:45. It's just getting dark at that point. So, come do your 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go get your candy. So we just really need people to be in classes because that's, like I said, only a month or so before we have to have everything done. A policy about teens and their nails. Can you, Kiana, can you come off mute and tell me what you mean about nails?
Do you have a policy? Hello, everyone. I just wanted to know because, we have teens that are into getting their nails done. Mm-hmm. And like you have a standard bun for all the, showcases. Do you have like a standard nail color for the kids? Because we are dealing with teens who are getting their nails done, who's getting the different colors. And is that going to be a problem if their nail color is, to say it's orange or red or whatever the color may be?
Okay, thank you for clarification. For a performance, no nails, or it needs to be a nude color. So like something that blends in. So like an orange or a red, no. So we want the girls to be as uniform as possible with literally everything. So if at all possible, nude nails or none at all for that performance. All right, coming down to...
Can I piggyback on that really quick?
Yes.
You're speaking specifically about teens, and the more advanced they get with dancing, nails aren't really going to be acceptable because of the movement and things like that on the floor that they do, and they run the risk of injuring themselves. So that may be something you want to take into consideration when considering the nails at all. But and the length might be something that you want to consider, just like a sport length or whatever, because I know how I get with my nails. It doesn't feel good.
Thank you, Brandy. All right. Scrolling down, attendance. So our last day to enroll in fall classes will be Sunday, September 26th. So if you still know of dancers who you would like to be a part of Mayne Attraction, or parents that want to bring dancers to Mayne Attraction, please feel free to continue to let people know about it. Also, for any families that bring in or refer a family and they register for at least one class, that family that referred them will get $25 off their tuition for that next month. So for instance, if I'm a parent and I'm already bringing my kid to Mayne Attraction and I tell Brandy about it and then she brings Joe, then I get $25 off of my tuition for that next month. So we know studios grow by word of mouth. And so this is my way of thanking you for bringing more people on to join our dance family. So like I said, the last day is September 26th. If you all follow the studio on Instagram, I will probably post something about that this week. So feel free to share that or screenshot it and send it to people. If anybody that you know has shown interest in wanting to be a part of Mayne Attraction, they have until Sunday the 26th to bring their dancer in. Also, thank you all for making sure that dancers are properly dressed for classes. I know that the pop-up shop has helped with that. A number of parents have said that that is a huge convenience for having it in the studio, especially since the only shop in this area for us has closed. It closed during the pandemic. So I'm glad that I was able to do that for you all and that it is working out for everybody. We will still have the pop-up shop available for if something happens or somebody outgrows something, we'll continue to have that available throughout the season. And as the weather starts to change, please make sure that dancers have a change of shoes to wear once they get into the studio. Most of the shoes that the kids are wearing, their dance shoes, have a soft bottom, so we do not want those shoes outside. So dancers need to have on like boots or tennis shoes or something like that, and then they change into their dance shoes when they actually get into the studio. Wearing them outside, it really increases the likelihood that they will get damaged faster. So we want to keep that from happening, especially as we get closer to the showcase. There will be a lot of studios order from the same places that we do. And so we want to make sure that if something happens, we'll be able to replace it in a timely fashion. And so the best way to do that is to make sure that we're taking care of the stuff as best as we can. So no dance shoes outside. Please wait until you're actually in the studio to change into the dance shoes so that we can preserve the shoes longer. Also, as the weather changes, so that we're not tracking in, for instance, for tennis shoes for hip hop class, make sure that they have a different change of shoes to wear on the dance floor. So we're not tracking in the rain and the snow and the salt, which could damage the floor, or then the snow as it melts, it causes a puddle, the kids can slip and fall. Just things like that to be mindful of in terms of attire. Does anybody have any questions about anything I've talked about so far? Going once, going twice. Beautiful. All right, moving into our fundraisers. Brandy, did you have something?
About the fundraisers? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you the mic in 2 seconds. So the first way to help the studio raise money is to name us as your charity on Amazon Smile. I talked about this in the last meeting, but I know we've had some new families join since then, so I want to go over it again. If you shop on Amazon, you can name Mayne Attraction as your charity of choice, because we have a scholarship fund and an outreach program. So when you choose us as your charity, and whatever purchases you make on Amazon under Amazon Smile, then we will get a portion of the proceeds. Like, they don't share your purchase history or anything with us. Just when you name us as your charity of choice, when you shop, we get a portion of the money that you spend on your purchases. And it goes into our scholarship fund. Excuse me. So if you don't already have us named as your charity, you can go to smile.amazon.com. So if you put Smile in front of it, it automatically takes you to the charity page of Amazon. So it's smile.amazon.com. And then when you go in settings, you enter our name in the search, and it should find us. And then you turn on Amazon Smile, and then just go check in to see, like looking in your cart or seeing there should be a little blurb at the bottom whenever you're looking at something, and it should say eligible for Amazon Smile benefits or something like that. That way you know that it's turned on, and when you make the purchase, we'll get the proceeds. Now, also the Browns fundraiser. We are having a really hard time getting parents to show up for these games. So really, really need you to, this also goes into our scholarship fund. So you were working a concession stand at a Browns game, and for every game you work, you get $25 off your dancer, 1 month of your dancer's tuition. And any family member can work on behalf of your dancer, because a lot of the games are on Sundays. And so if transportation is an issue, well, I can't drop my baby off and then get to the games, then you can have grandma or big brother or dad or whoever work the games on behalf of the dancer, and they will still get the $25 tuition credit. The only thing you say, okay, the only thing that you have to do in order to work a game is pass the training. So the stand that we're working at sells beer. And so there's a training that you have to go through, that the company requires you to go through in order to work that stand. And it's virtual. I sent that link out. I will send it out again via email. And then you choose whatever game works with your schedule. So we have a virtual sign up, and the training is also virtual. Brandy, did you have anything else to add to that?
Nothing more, just more encouragement for the parents to sign up. We have signed a contract for a certain number of volunteers, and we haven't hit that number for any of the games for the signups that we have so far. And it's looking like we're going to have to minimize the stand, which is going to in turn affect the proceeds that are going to go to the studio. And with that being said, the ones that have signed up for these games that are coming up, it's imperative that you pass that training that they have online. You may want to take some notes when it comes down to a lot of the numbers that they give when it comes to size. I don't know, maybe you guys could take my number when you're going through it and call me if you get stuck, because that's been our dilemma. I think I may have 3 people that are team trained who passed, and one of them being myself, and one of the other parents that are signed up for the game. So if you're signed up for a game and you've taken the test, unfortunately, you probably did not pass. You may want to contact me to know for sure. But in looking at the list, yeah, it's gonna be difficult these next couple games. So if you guys know of anyone who may be able to help us out, please have them email me, text me, call me. Maybe we can work something out. But right now the studio is in a bind, because like I said, we've signed a contract, and if we don't meet our commitment, we won't get the financial outcome that we were expecting. And that's it.
Thank you, Brandy. So yeah, I will send that again. The Toya, did you have a question?
Yes. Hi everybody. Hi Salisa. Sorry, had to say that shout out. I don't see her at all. I had a question because I'm between Cleveland and Columbus a lot, so I can't sign up. But like, if I'm here, can I come if I go ahead and take whatever test that you're talking about, just so that I can just like jump in and just come and help? Like, how can that work?
It can definitely work. You would just need to let me know so I can put your name on the nonprofit list in their web database that they have for us. So when you come to check in, they'll know that you're coming. If not, it's a few hoops you may have to jump through, but I could probably still get you in. I've been dealing with the people at the gates for a while, but just let me know
Okay.
as much in advance as possible. That would be great.
Okay. If I have anybody else that can come help and volunteer, if I can come too, will that help out as well? Like,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part. There was a little bit of background. Could you repeat that, please?
Yes. If there's like, say I can come as well, and then if I have a couple more volunteers that might be able to help, even if other parents can't, is that a possibility as well? Like our
absolutely. The only stipulation is they need to be team trained.
Okay, that's fine.
Fantastic. And thank you so much, Toya.
You're welcome.
Hi, Toya.
Oh, we love it. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I will send those links out again. I'll send the link for the sign up so you can see, look at the dates and choose a date that works best for your schedule, and also send out that link so you all can get team trained and go through the orientation. Thank you all so much for volunteering, asking questions, and being involved with that. So we have the Amazon Smile fundraiser, we have the Browns fundraiser, and now we have our popcorn fundraiser. So we started August 29th. My apologies that we were not on the website. That was a clerical error. I can talk on the fundraisers side, but it has since been rectified. We should be on the website with no issue. They even gave us a special link that goes directly to the organization. So whenever you use that link, which I also sent in the email, but I can send again, clicking that email instead of just the general one goes directly to our organization. So whenever you order, you just order like normal. The only thing that that might catch people up a little bit is you have to click the button that says PayPal in order to proceed and make the payment. You don't have to choose PayPal as your method of payment if you don't want it, but unfortunately you still have to click the PayPal button. And then once you get in there, you can click the option that says pay with credit or debit card. So you can't get around not clicking PayPal, but once you get in there, then you can click the credit or debit card option and then enter your information and check out with no issue. We are only getting 40% of the proceeds from our popcorn sales. So that means that the tuition discount is going to be a little less than, say, the Browns fundraiser. So for every $25 of popcorn that you sell, you'll get $10 off of your tuition, and it goes up every $10 off for every $25 of the product sold. So $50 off, you get $20, $75, you get $30, so on and so forth. And we'll calculate that for you because the company that's coordinating the fundraiser for us is doing a really good job of letting us know who's selling what, how much it costs, and all of that. So we'll be able to calculate that tuition discount for you toward the end when the fundraiser is over. And it ends Saturday, September 25th. And so if you are doing brochure sales, you have to bring in the brochure and all the money into the studio by Sunday, the 26th. Okay, we are really, really strongly encouraging everybody to do as many online sales as possible, because when we do shipping sales where the supporters order the popcorn and then choose the option of it being shipped to the studio, for one, it takes them longer to get their popcorn, and two, the boxes come either to Brandy or myself, and last time we had like 9 boxes that we had to distribute. And so it makes transport kind of difficult. We also have to pay for them to ship it to us, which then cuts into the proceeds that we make from the fundraiser, which means that's going to have to come out of your cut, basically, of your tuition discount. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I make that clear. If you can, please encourage your supporters to order online and choose that they ship and choose to have it shipped to themselves, not necessarily shipped to us, because then we have to get it to them. And when the company ships us the popcorn, they take that shipping fee out of our proceeds. So hope that makes sense. That's pretty much it. All I had for today. Does anybody have any questions about any of the information that I've shared today? Going once, going twice. All right, fantastic. Thank you all so much for attending. I really appreciate that we got a really good turnout for this parent meeting. Our next meeting, we're doing the second Sunday of every month. So our next meeting will be Sunday, October 10th. And I will send out a Zoom link, of course, as we get closer to that date as a reminder. But if nothing else, thank you all so much for attending. Have a great day, have a great week. And again, this meeting will be available on our YouTube channel, and I'll send that link in an email. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a good evening.
You too.